society, how it's just something that exists. It's influencing how somebody thinks, feels, and behaves towards a given topic. Propaganda is sometimes done to naturally respond to something. Sometimes it's for other purposes or motivations. But we did want to just highlight a couple examples of propaganda with a full disclaimer that this is purely opinion and conjecture, and it's just simply illustrative of potential propaganda. Let's put it that way. So on SKNVibes today, we have an article, for example, if we just go to the home page, we have an article about the recent constable who had surgery and ended up losing his life. This article was run yesterday. Here it is. It says, shot police constable dies in Trinidad. Within about 10 hours, we have a response to that. We have a police high command issue statement on Constable Paquette's passing, and it's an appropriate response. But then what we find also trailing are two other articles. But they're positive articles. They're good articles. One is police press release, Constable Jones making his dreams come true. It's a story about a young man who has worked hard and to become eligible to become a policeman. And another one here labeled police press release, service to others inspires police constable Crystal Bailey. Another very positive and appropriate article. But the timing is really what we're really focusing on here. Is that there's a lot of controversy around Brian Paquette in terms of the story. The primary story alleges that there were delays in after the injury was sustained, getting medical treatment. That there were delays in the medical treatment process along the way, and also there are some questions as to charges, who the original shooter was, etc. There's just a lot of controversy. So whenever there's a lot of controversy, where the public, the mass media has picked it up, then of course there's a need to counter that, and we see that here. So that's one example. Another example, again, which is opinion, is this media house has made a decision and an announcement to do John 8:32, which is basically going to do fact-checking on some of the statements that are made by the opposition party here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And the other is Promises Kept, which is going to shine a spotlight on the government's political party Team Unity and the promises made, and a year and a half into office, an assessment of what has been done and what hasn't been done, etc. What is interesting is the timing, again, of things, because after the announcement of John 8:32, within a few days there was a member of the opposition party who went over the airwaves and was rather critical about this media house, even suggesting that it should not be considered mainstream media, etc. It was an attempt to discredit what might potentially be coming out down the road, in our opinion. On the other side, you have Promises Kept, and you have the government's media or friendly media. In Times Cribbing running an article says large turnout for launch of Team Unity's Discussion for Prosperity Town Hall meeting. And upon inspection of this article, just through the titles, the imagery, and the overall impressions, and we'll just go through this right now, is you see a panel assembled of leaders, political leaders. You see a large room, and then you see the captions that basically hard torrential rains did not deter almost 200 persons from showing up. Basically, there was a great sacrifice that many made to get there. Persons standing outside, waiting room only, it was too packed, and then showing pictures of packed rooms. Again, so the idea or flavor of this is that, listen, this is not usual. These town hall meetings are usually done around election time, but being true to a mandate, we're doing what we need to be doing. Again, it's a good article. There's nothing wrong about the article. It's just that the timing of things can be looked at. So this is just a snapshot, some insights as to how Media House looks at things and perceives things, and rather interesting. but the idea is to be an informed public and to understand that regardless of the news, the quantity of the news, what is most important is the truth of what is being discussed. So even though there may be a lot of noise around a given issue, what's important as consumers is that we're able to look past the frequency of the articles and look at the truth of really what's being discussed in our society.